Ladies and gentle gamers, welcome back to Be Determined. Today we're going to be going over the entirety of fishing gear, from water fishing to trophy fishing to lava fishing, with equipment, fishing rods, pets, and armor. So if you guys enjoy or you learn something, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 9,000 subs and every sub helps. And let me know if you have any questions at all. I try to read every single comment, so just leave a comment and I'll do my best to answer. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so the very first step you'll take on your fishing journey is actually going over to the fisherman over here. This guy right here on the dock. Talk to him. He'll give you a quest to catch some clay, which spawns very frequently around here. You just throw out your fishing rod and try to catch clay. Pretty simple. While you're doing that, I'll catch you up on how fishing works. So after you hit fishing level 1, whenever you fish, there is a chance that you will catch a sea creature just like this. So there are sea witches and many other sea creatures that you can catch in Hypixel SkyBlock. Some of them are useful, some of them are annoying. Sea witches are one of the annoying ones. But there's also a few stats that are very important for fishing. The first of which is sea creature chance. So sea creature chance is your chance of catching a sea creature whenever you pull your rod in from the water. So you can get this up to 100 at later levels, like 35 plus, but it does require a ton of money to put into the armor that you're going to need, the Reforges, etc., which is why I recommend early on focusing on fishing mainly during Marina or during events, because Marina, if she has the right perks, will increase your sea creature chance by 15 and your fishing XP by 50%, which is a huge number and it helps a lot early on. Fishing is pretty slow up until you get out of water fishing and into lava fishing. Then you can start leveling up pretty quickly. And it's a lot more entertaining after that because you can get some of the more expensive drops. But that's unlocked at fishing 27. So I highly recommend, until you get to that point, focus mainly on doing fishing during events, especially during Marina. So during the shark fishing festivals and when winter island fishing is available, when spooky fishing is available, make sure to take advantage of those situations and it will go by a lot faster for you. Now, one of the other stats that you're going to want to focus on is fishing speed. This caps out at 300. So if you have 300 fishing speed anywhere besides the Crimson Isle, you'll be at the maximum fishing speed. But on the Crimson Isle, it does go up to 350. So you're going to get that up as high as you can, as much as you can. And to do that, there are a few things that can help you out early on. So some things that do not require any fishing levels or anything are actually the fishing pets. So there are 5 fishing pets that are notable. So there's the squid pet, which gives extra fishing wisdom, very useful. There's the dolphin pet, which is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie, it's not very good. The reindeer pet, which is kind of a niche pet, you only want to use it on the Jerry's workshop when that's available, because it gives double stats then, and it's really helpful. That extra sea creature chance is double what it normally has. The fishing speed is actually quadruple what it normally has, and it helps out a ton when you're there. Now, the flying fish pet is honestly kind of mid unless you're trophy fishing or you're above fishing 45. Once you get to fishing 45, you can use Magma Lord armor, and if you get a mythic flying fish, then it will increase the stats on your Magma Lord armor. So it is very useful for that, especially. If you're using diver's armor, it's alright, but generally, the Ammonite pet is going to be the pet to use. Of course, it's best if you have Heart of the Mountain 7. It gives a ton of sea creature chance at that rate. If you're fishing underground or under a rock at any point besides on the Winter Island, it is going to allow you to fish at your normal speed. Normally, when you fish under a block, you are going to have very reduced fishing speed. So this guy is very useful for that. Plus, if you have decent mining and fishing level, he'll give a good amount of fishing speed, which is really nice. Now, if you are using a pet to fish, which I highly recommend you do, make sure to have a washed up souvenir on it. That extra 5 sea creature chance is super useful. And again, Ammonite is one of the cheaper pets to use. So highly recommend getting this super early on. It's only 1,000,000 coins plus maybe half a mil to get the washed up souvenir. So super duper good, super duper cheap, super duper useful. Definitely get your hands on one of these. Now, if you have to get another pet or you want to get another pet besides the Ammonite, I would say get the squid as soon as you can. This one's a little more expensive, but he's very useful. So if you have pet rules set up in your auto pet section, you can make when you throw a fishing hook to swap to your ammonite pet, and then whenever you kill a sea creature right here, swap to your squid pet. So then whenever you're spawning in or fishing the sea creatures up, it's going to summon that ammonite pet, and then when you kill the sea creatures, it'll summon the squid pet. So you'll be fast at fishing them in, and then whenever you kill them, you'll gain an extra amount of XP because you killed them while using the squid pet. That's going to help out with leveling up a lot. Again, the squid pet is really expensive though, so I would say make sure you actually like fishing before you spend 16 to 25 million coins on a squid pet, depending on the level you want. Now let's go back to talking about the rest of the gear. So those pets don't have any requirements on them, just the coin requirement, you have to buy them. There's some other items that don't have any requirements on them. The whole set right here, the fisherman's equipment set, consists of the prismarine necklace, the clownfish cloak, the sponge belt, and the clay bracelet. All of these are in their respective collections. So prismarine shard has the prismarine necklace, clownfish cloak is in clownfish collection, the clay belt or bracelet is in the clay collection, and the sponge belt is in the sponge collection. But you don't have to actually get to these collections unless you're on Iron Man. So if you're on a regular profile, you can just look them up on the auction house and buy them there. They go for pretty cheap most of the time, and it's half a sea creature chance per equipment piece, so that's really useful, especially early on when your sea creature chance is so low. Now after you've done the fishing here and caught the clay to give to the fisherman, you should be at least fishing level 5, hopefully. If not, I would go ahead and try and fish until you get to that level, but it doesn't take long at all. But once you are fishing level 5, you unlock access to the chum rod, which is in the mushroom desert. So if you warp over to the mushroom desert here, then you can warp all the way to the opposite side of the island down into the mushroom gorge here. So this section right here, you can see Mr. Moby is inside this mushroom house here at the glowing mushroom cave. The coordinates are on screen now, 210, 43, -504. And so you can go in here and talk to him, and he has a few items that are going to be useful. You'll come back for the luminous bracelet later, but the one that matters right now is, first off, the chumming talisman gives some good fishing wisdom and fishing speed, so that's helpful. And then there is the chum rod, which you unlock at fishing level 5. You can use this. It gives 2 sea creature chance and 70 fishing speed, which is really, really nice compared to the regular fishing rod or the prismarine rod. This is so much better. So I would recommend getting one of these. You don't have to buy them from Moby himself, actually. You can just buy them from the auction house. They go for about 340,000 coins if you don't want to go through the whole process of getting all the mushrooms and filling up the chum buckets, all that stuff. You can just buy it on the auction house. But you'll be using that for a little bit. You don't really unlock a better fishing rod until you get to fishing level 10, and in your lily pad collection you can see there's the challenging rod here at 500 lily pads. So the challenging rod gives almost the same stats as the chum rod, but it's 5 more fishing speed, and you can use this later on to upgrade into better fishing rod. The actual best water fishing rod is an upgraded version of the challenging rod. So if you get this guy, feel free to upgrade him as much as you want. As far as enchants go, this is generally the setup that you're going to want to run. Tier 6 enchants on Angler, Blessing, Caster, Frail, Luck of the Sea, Lure, Magnet, Piscary, and Spiked Hook with expertise 10 if possible. That does take a while to get to, but at least get expertise on it if you can. And then if you're wanting to get extra flashy, you can get yourself a flash book, which at level 5 is pretty pricey. 16 level 1 flashbooks is about 100 million coins, but flashbook gives you a chance to instantly attract fish. So if you don't have that max fishing speed, then this guy is going to help out a lot. And even if you do, sometimes the max fishing speed doesn't actually catch the fish in 0.2 seconds. Flash does. So Flash is very useful, especially at the later stages of fishing. A lot of people won't put it on their water fishing rods, which is fair. Putting it on a challenger rod or a challenging rod would be kind of cursed, I won't lie. So really the Flash enchant is going to be saved for lava fishing, but just so you know, that is an option. Now once you get to fishing level 12, you can buy the luminous bracelet here from Moby or from the auction house. It gives a bit extra stats compared to the clay bracelet. The clay bracelet gives 0.5 sea creature chance. The luminous bracelet is going to give you an extra 1 sea creature chance, so double the sea creature chance of the clay, and it gives an extra fishing speed as well. So it's a little bit better. It's not super expensive, so it's definitely a good buy in my opinion. Now right after that, once you hit fishing level 13, you unlock access to the salmon armor. Salmon armor is in the salmon collection. Who would have guessed? You unlock it at raw salmon level 7, and it gives better stats than angler armor. Angler armor gives 1 sea creature chance per piece. Salmon gives 1.5. So with a full salmon set, you should be getting 6 sea creature chance. With a full angler set, you'll be only getting 4. So this is slightly better, and it's super duper cheap, so definitely worth it. Now, I haven't talked about this yet, but there is another equipment set besides the fisherman's equipment set that you can use. You can actually buy this at any time as well. This is the upgraded version of ichthytic gear. So with blue shark teeth, you can craft ichthytic gloves, which give fishing speed. They do have quite the gear requirement. It does cost a bit more to make these, but you can make them at any time, and it isn't actually a full set. So there's ichthytic gloves, there's the ichthytic belt, and the ichthytic cloak, but there isn't actually a necklace piece to this armor set, which once you get to fishing 35 and you can use a thunderbolt necklace, then that's fine. But up until that point, you're kind of stuck on this prismarine necklace. But again, the ichthytic set is the lowest version. You can upgrade to Finwave for slightly more coins. It's a bit more expensive to get Finwave. It does require tiger shark teeth and great white tooth meal, which you need 2 pieces for like every single piece of this set. So 2 for the belt, 2 for the gloves, and 2 for the cloak. And this goes for 10 million coins with a buy order, 22 with an insta buy, so that adds up quite a bit. At the lowest, it's going to be over 60 million coins for this set, and that's not even counting in the tiger shark teeth and other items that you're going to need. So this is more of a trophy fishing set, honestly, as well, because it doesn't give sea creature chance. So you'll pretty much use this for trophy fishing, or if you're later game and you don't have to worry about sea creature chance because your armor already gives you that, then this is the set to go with. And if you really want to go all out, there is the gill splash set that you can get as well. This set costs 2 diamond magma fish for the gloves, 2 for the cloak, and 2 for the belt, which currently would be about 150 million coins for the whole set. And that isn't counting the other thing that you need, which are these lava shells. The lava shells are soulbound, so you have to get a bunch of these. That's 4 for the cloak, 3 for the gloves, and another 6 for the belt. So 13 of those in total, and they are really, really rare. I've done a decent amount of lava fishing, and I've only got 5. So that set is also a pretty small upgrade. For 153 million coins, you're getting 4 fishing speed per piece, so you're getting 12 extra fishing speed. So if you're at the point where that's worth it, then go for it, but if not, I don't recommend it. But it doesn't have any requirements, so you can kind of get it whenever you want. But the next piece that does have requirements is going to be the Rod of Champions, which is in Lily Pad Collection as well. It's the upgraded version of the Challenging Rod. So the Challenging Rod gives 2 sea creature chance and 75 fishing speed. The Rod of Champions gives 4 sea creature chance, which is double that of the Challenging Rod, and an extra 15 fishing speed. So it is definitely a good upgrade. Plus, it'll keep whatever upgrades you have done to the Challenging Rod. So if you've got some tier 6 enchants on this, or you've recommed it or reforged it, then Rod of Champions is going to be a good option. And again, this line eventually does go up to the Rod of the Sea, which is the best water fishing rod in the entire game. So definitely a good thing to get your hands on. Now, before we go any further, I do want to talk about Reforges a little bit. So for fishing rods, there are some Reforges you can get. A lot of people will use Lucky because of that extra magic find and the sea creature chance. It is pretty nice, but if you're not too worried about the magic find, then Salt Cube works just fine. It gives the same amount of sea creature chance, and it's way cheaper. Only 30,000 coins from Bazaar, whereas the Lucky Dice is 2.5 million. So that's a good one to use for your sea creature chance. But if you're more worried about fishing speed, like if you're trophy fishing or something, which we'll talk about later on, then the Kudra Mandible is going to be a very good option. It gives 9 fishing speed, however, it does give 0 sea creature chance. So only use this again if you don't have to worry about sea creature chance. If you've already got it from your armor and equipment and your pet and whatever else other upgrades you have, this is going to be very useful. But otherwise, use Lucky Dice or Salt Cube. That's generally the move. However, if you're almost to the point where you don't have to worry about sea creature chance, but you could use a little bit, not quite as much as Lucky Dice gives, then Pitch and Koi is a very, very good option. It's a good in between as well. It gives 8 fishing speed and 4 sea creature chance at legendary rarity, and it is also only 31,000 coins, so it's the same price as the salt cube almost. That's actually less, and it gives 1 less sea creature chance but 8 more fishing speed. So this is one of the favorites. Now for your armor and for your equipment, there are some other reforges that you need to worry about. So with armor, there are 2 different reforges that give sea creature chance or fishing speed. First is the frozen bauble, which I believe you can get from one of the guys on the winter island, but this one gives 0.2 sea creature chance, 8 fishing speed to legendary gear. Your other option is going to be the deep sea orb, which gives 0.9 sea creature chance at legendary rarity. A very, very good option. But again, if you're going for trophy fishing, then frozen bauble is the best bet. But deep sea orb, again, if you're going for sea creature fishing, very good option. Now for equipment, there are a few more options. And by a few more, I mean 1. You have Terry's snow globe, which gives sea creature chance and fishing speed. This is the only thing that you can get on fishing equipment, so if you're looking for that extra bit of sea creature chance and fishing speed, this is going to be the go-to. All right, now that that's out of the way, we can get back to the armor requirements. So after Rod of Champions, you will have access to the sponge armor set, which is in sponge collection. So at sponge level 9, with 4,000 total sponge collected, you can get the sponge armor, or again, you can always buy it on the auction house if you aren't an Iron Man player. But this is quite the sea creature chance buff, not quite as much of a buff as the angler armor upgrade to the salmon armor, but it is still a buff. You can also use the water hydra head, which apparently doesn't have a requirement. I swear that it used to, but from all the places that I'm doing my research, it doesn't show that it has a requirement. So you can actually use this whenever you can get your hands on it. It's a little bit more expensive, 3.5 million coins, because it is used for some other late game crafts. You can actually get your hands on one of these pretty early on if you have the money for it. Now, if I'm wrong about this, let me know in the comments, but all the places that I'm looking at are not showing that it has a requirement. So make sure before you actually buy it on the auction house that you check. It should show in red letters right here at the top here, right above the epic helmet section, that it has a requirement if it does. But yeah, these are about 5 million coins a piece. Give the same sea creature chance as that sponge armor, but apparently this doesn't have a requirement. So as long as you're not an Iron Man, you can buy that whenever. But that sponge armor was unlocked at fishing level 17. Your next armor set and your next rod upgrade will be at fishing 20. So at fishing 20, you unlock access to the shredder, the diver armor set, and the rod of legends. So this is the rod of legends at lily pad level 9. It gives 6 sea creature chance and 105 fishing speed, compared to the shredder, which gives 115 fishing speed and no sea creature chance. So rod of legends definitely beats out the shredder. Plus this is the upgraded version of the rod of champions, so if you've been using this rod already, then you can just upgrade it and keep all the enchants and stuff, not have to worry about doing that again. So highly recommend doing that. Now, Diver's armor is made with Emperor Skulls. So Emperor Skulls go for about 500,000 coins insta-buy, or if you create a sell order or buy order, then you can get them for 100,000 coins cheaper. But you'll need 24 total of these to make the full armor set, which gives 2 sea creature chance per piece. So it's an extra 0.2 sea creature chance compared to sponge armor. So you can see these upgrades are getting smaller and smaller as we get deeper into the game, but they are still important. Now at fishing 21, you'll unlock access to the phantom rod, which gives even less fishing speed than the shredder and also 0 sea creature chance. Not really a fishing rod, so don't even worry about this one. But make sure you do not sell your sponge armor after you buy that diver's gear, because once you get to fishing 24, you'll unlock access to the shark scale armor, which gives 2.5 sea creature chance. So again, we're jumping up to 0.5% better than the previous set, which was divers, with only 2% sea creature chance. So this set gives 2% sea creature chance more than the entire diver set. So a big upgrade here compared to the previous ones. But that's not all you unlock at fishing 24. You also unlock access to the rod of the sea, which is the best water fishing rod in general. Especially once you get it to expertise 10, you can get up to 26 sea creature chance on it, because once you have it recommed and everything, that extra reforge, instead of giving 5% extra from the reforge, it gives 7%, plus an extra 6 magic find if you have lucky on it instead of 5. So very good fishing rod. You can't beat it, except for one thing, which we'll get to right now. At fishing 25, you unlock access to the auger rod, which is not actually better than the Rod of the Sea, except in one place, and that is the winter fishing island area. You can see even in winter fishing, it will not give better stats. 16.4% sea creature chance, 115 fishing speed versus the Rod of the Sea, which gives almost 10 more. And that's not just because it has the recommon stuff. That does help. About 3 more sea creature chance from the upgrades that I've done to it, but it does have the same fishing speed if you don't have varying piscary levels like I do. So why would this be better? Well, it's actually better because of its ability down here in the gray text. It triples the chance of sea creatures that you spawn to be winter sea creatures. So you're going to be spawning a lot more Yetis, which you can catch at fishing level 25. So you'll make a lot more money from winter fishing this way. Get a lot more baby Yetis, a lot more gifts and stuff that you can sell later on, hunks of blue ice, things like that. So you make a lot more money this way. You get a lot more fishing XP this way. It's just better. Now there is only one thing after this that you can get for water fishing. That is the Nutcracker armor set, which is better than Shark Scale on the Winter Island. You unlock it at fishing level 28, and this is where the water fishing upgrades will end at. The rest of the upgrades you get from this point will be from lava fishing, which we are going to have to backslide a little bit to talk about that. So again, water fishing ends at fishing 28. After that, none of the upgrades you get are going to be from water fishing. However, at fishing 27, is when you unlock the Magma Rod. The Magma Rod can catch lava sea creatures, and it can also be used for trophy fishing. But you can see it is a very good piece of equipment here. Again, you unlock it at fishing 27, and this is the first piece that will have attributes on it. So the main attributes you'll want for leveling up your fishing level and for making the most money from basic fishing is going to be double hook and fishing speed. Double hook gives you a chance to catch 2 sea creatures at once. Fishing speed increases your fishing speed. Not too complicated, but this is where things can get really expensive, because if you want the maxed out fishing gear setup, you're going to want to get to 10-10 attributes. A lot of people will not do this. I recommend stopping at 6-6 or 7-7, and then you can start upgrading it to the next tier, because this does upgrade to the best lava fishing rod in the game eventually, so it's very useful. But that's not the only thing you unlock at fishing level 27. You'll also unlock access to the slug boots. So slug boots you can use for water fishing if you want to. If you decide that you don't want to only lava fish after you're fishing 27, you want to still do some water fishing, you can still use this set while you are water fishing, and it is better for that. It does give 0.5 sea creature chance more than the Shark Scale boots do. So this set is pretty nice, but again, I really don't recommend putting expensive Reforges on this set because you will not use it for long at all. You unlock it at fishing 27. By the time you're fishing 35 or 36, actually, you shouldn't be using it anymore. But this is only the start of the set. The slug boots you unlock at fishing 27. The Mugma leggings, which is the next piece in this armor set called the Lava Sea Creature set, you will unlock at fishing 28. And these armor sets, again, are the first ones that have attributes as well. So generally what people will go for in sets like these, Blazing Fortune, fishing experience is pretty good because you're just trying to get out of it as soon as you can. Mainly focus on getting that fishing experience piece because, again, that'll decrease the amount of time you have to use the set. So you really don't want to spend money on these. Just focus on that and then upgrade to the next set. But at fishing level 30, you unlock access to the Inferno Rod, which is in Magma Fish collection right here, 50,000. It gives 10 sea creature chance, 60 fishing speed versus the Magma Rod, which only gives 6 sea creature chance and 40 fishing speed. So it's a 20 fishing speed buff, a 4 sea creature chance buff, plus it is better with trophy fishing as well, so very good for that. We will get to trophy fishing in a whole nother section here shortly. But after fishing 30, when you unlock this Inferno Rod, you unlock access to the next piece in the Lava Sea Creature armor set, the Flaming Chest Plate. So again, that is at fishing level 33. At fishing level 35, you'll unlock the Taurus Helmet, as well as the best lava fishing rod in the game, the Hellfire Rod, which requires 500,000 magma fish collection to be able to craft. It has 14 sea creature chance, which is 4 better than the previous rod, and 75 fishing speed, which is 15 better than the previous rod, as well as 5% more chance to catch trophy fish. Now, again, these pieces can have attributes on them. However, if you craft, let's say, a 7 out of 7 magma rod, right? So I have double hook 7, fishing speed 7 on the magma rod. I upgrade it to an inferno rod. Then I craft another 7 out of 7 magma rod with the same attributes. I cannot upgrade this inferno rod with a magma rod. I will have to upgrade the magma rod to an inferno rod to then upgrade my inferno rod's attributes from 7.7 to 8.8. So basically, you've got to decide whenever it is best for you to start upgrading your fishing rod, whenever that extra sea creature chance is really going to matter more than the attributes on this, because it's going to start costing you millions if you go ahead and upgrade this too early. Like if I start upgrading this salty magma rod to an inferno rod when the attributes are only at level 3, every time I want to upgrade the attributes, if I'm not using attribute shards, I'm going to have to pay a ton of coins to upgrade the magma rods to inferno rods to then upgrade this inferno rod. So it can get ridiculously expensive because upgrading to an inferno rod, that by itself is 16 gold magma fish, which right now is 46 million coins. So you got to figure out how many times you want to pay 46 million coins to upgrade that rod. And again, you want to make sure that you do not upgrade to the highest version of this rod, the Hellfire rod, before you are happy with the attributes that you have, because it's 50 million coins to upgrade to the Inferno rod. It's 250 million coins to upgrade to the Hellfire. So from a magma rod to a Hellfire rod, it's 300 million coins. So you don't want to have to pay that more times than you can help it. So make sure you're happy with your attributes before you upgrade to the Hellfire. Now again, all that stuff is unlocked at fishing level 35. At fishing level 36, you'll unlock access to the Thunder set, which also has attributes on it. Now you can focus on these attributes if you want to, but I wouldn't upgrade this set too much because you will unlock a better set at fishing 45. However, that is 9 whole levels, so if you feel like upgrading it, do not stop yourself. It is a good set to upgrade, but if you're going to upgrade any piece of it, definitely upgrade the Thunderbolt necklace, because this is the best fishing necklace in the game. You'll be using this for your fishing endeavors from now on. So again, this piece also has attributes, so if you want to focus on a piece to upgrade attributes on, focus on this one. But that leads us to the last set, the Magma Lord set. The Magma Lord set includes the Magma Lord Gauntlet, the Magma Lord Boots, the Magma Lord Leggings, the Magma Lord Chestplate, and the Magma Lord Helmet. And it does have a tiered bonus, which grants extra sea creature chance and magic find on lava sea creatures. It also reduces damage taken by lava sea creatures and increases the damage you deal to them. Again, this does require fishing level 45, and it is a very expensive set. It does have attributes, so if you're going to focus on attributes on a set, this is the set for sure. It is the best fishing armor in the game, so if you're going to splurge on it, feel free. It gives 4.5 sea creature chance per piece versus the Thunder gear, which gives 4. And again, the Magma Lord gear can be used in water fishing if you want to. It doesn't give that extra magic find. It only works on lava sea creatures, but the sea creature chance and everything else works fine. So it's a very, very good set, the best set to use in any kind of fishing, except for what we're talking about next, which is trophy fishing. So for trophy fishing, you can start as low as fishing level 10. That's when you get access to the starter lava rod, which you get from Odger on the Crimson Isle after doing some of his quests. But you do want to make sure that you get to, at the very least, Bronze Hunter armor before you hit fishing 27, because if you're using this starter lava rod without Bronze Hunter armor before fishing 27, you can only catch trophy fish or other regular drops. You cannot catch sea creatures because you haven't unlocked any of the lava sea creatures yet. So make sure that you do that before you hit fishing 27. Otherwise, it's going to be a big pain to unlock the Bronze Hunter gear. But after you unlock the Bronze Hunter gear, the set will give you immunity to sea creatures. So you'll only be catching trophy fish when you're using it. So it's very, very useful. Very, very nice. You want to make sure that you have access to this before you're fishing level 27. But Bronze Hunter gear, again, only gives you immunity to sea creatures, so it doesn't actually give you any extra trophy fish percentage per se, whereas the bronze upgrades the silver, the gold, the diamond, you know, all these pieces that aren't bronze, they will give increased chance to catch trophy fish. The silver starting at 5%, the gold at 10, and the diamond at 15. But if you have diamond, then why are you still trophy fishing, man? But the fishing rods, as you saw earlier, also do give extra sea creature or trophy fish chance. So you can increase the chance to catch trophy fish by 10% if you're using a magma rod, by 15 if you're using an inferno, and by 20 if you're using a hellfire. But that would mean with gold, hunter armor, and the hellfire rod, you would have a maximum of 30% chance to catch trophy fish. However, that is not the max. There are a few other things that you can use. The trophy hunter attribute on fishing rods actually gives extra chances to catch trophy fish as well. So if you have a decent level on this, that can help out a ton. If it goes all the way up to level 10, then you can get an extra 20% trophy fish chance. So that adds up to a total of 50. But that's not even the max. If you have a purple quadruped or a legendary quadruped, you can actually increase your odds of catching trophy fish by another 20%. So then it can go up to 70%. Again, this is very, very difficult to do. You have to have done 2,000 boss collection worth of kudras. So you got to decide if you want to do that trophy fishing now or wait until you can have that many kudras done. I don't like trophy fishing, so personally, I'm going to wait. But besides that, you can also use the other items that we haven't talked about, which is baits. If you go on Bazaar to the fishing section, you can see all the different types of baits here in the bait section. So one of the baits is the hot bait, which gives an extra 5% chance to catch trophy fish, which means the maximum chance to catch trophy fish if you have all of those upgrades is going to be 75%, which is a pretty good percentage. But that is the max trophy fish percentage. Now, as far as other fishing goes, we'll go back to that now. Whale bait is very, very nice. Fishing speed 30 buff, and it gives you a chance to catch rarer sea creatures, so you're more likely to catch water hydras, sea emperors, or if you're lava fishing, thunders and Lord Jabbases. So this is what people will use, especially for Lord Jabba's fishing. Then you can use frozen or ice bait if you're on the winter island, spiked bait if you're struggling with sea creature chance, fish bait if you're not, and honestly, people will generally use fish bait as well for their trophy fishing if they haven't done the corrupted baits versions yet. Then fish bait is a good option if you don't have max fishing speed yet. Glowy chum bait is a good little mix between the two. Carrot bait, it actually makes pretty good money if you're doing water fishing with a group, especially can loot share some lucky clover cores. Shark bait, good for shark festivals, and worm bait is good for worm bestiary in the goblin holdout. But that is everything. So if you guys ended up learning something, please make sure to leave a like. If you have any questions at all, make sure to ask them in the comments. I will do my best to answer. And thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, again, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and God bless.